This is the NVIDIA 1 month overview reading for the month of January 2024. It's currently November 30th, 2023, 12:31 p.m. Eastern Time. NVIDIA at the time of this reading is currently $466.94. That's USD. And the shuffle video we're about to play for you was created on October 25th, 2023 at 2:05 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here in the corner. So the overall theme of behavior for NVIDIA in January is very mixed. Like many of the other January readings that I've done, we go from highs to lows kind of back and forth. The theme card is a bullish card where we're bumping along resistance, maybe breaking through resistance, bumping along resistance. And the crossing card there is a decline to and through support to meet a secondary support, and then we bounce along that support sideways before breaking down through more supports, through multiple supports. Those two kind of energies crossing each other throughout the month. Behavior around the highest side, we have a brief peak that's easily missed, at least one brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple support levels, and the behavior around the lowest low, a near overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels into the low. And my sense is that the decline through multiple support levels that's involved in both the high and the low significator is the same decline. We most likely go from the high all the way to the low in a short period of time, based on what I've seen in many of the January readings, based on what I'm seeing in this reading, and based on that stuff. Before we go any further, though, I want to make sure everybody's aware of the whole purpose of the channel. We're going to get into the day-by-day chart behavior in a moment, but just so everybody knows, there's a rule of karma for the channel. It's an unwritten agreement between the universe and anybody utilizing this information for profit. The universe has no problem with people utilizing this information for personal gain, as long as they are simultaneously helping other people using this information. So it's very important to follow along, or the universe will not allow you to continue profiting from this information. So the way that you do that is every profitable trade utilizing this information, you should come to our resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and donate 5% of those profits forward to one of these charities. Just click here and donate. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel here through one of these links. It leaves you with 90% of the money. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, my friends, the universe considers you an angel investor of the channel. It's going to send it back to you tenfold. All right, let's get back into it. So first off, I want to make sure everybody understands that each of these cards going left to right across the screen that's numbered, these are the days of the month that each card represents. Now, each card's energy is not going to line up perfectly with 24 hours of time, right? So you have to keep that in mind. The sequence of events is always going to be accurate. We may have plus or minus here or there, plus or minus 1 day wiggle room in certain cases, but the sequence of events will always remain accurate. So on the first, we have a pop and drop. There's a prominent trough there on the first that'll stand out on a 1 month chart, and we have a pop and drop where a prominent move higher and then a full retracement of that move back down. On the third, a significant peak into a significant trough. We go from a significant peak and we sell off down to and through support to meet a second support. We break through that support, do a U-shaped reversal below it, and come back and reuse it as support. In fact, we have a day trade opportunity on the second too that I'll talk about in more detail in the paid version. On the fourth, we have a trade opportunity as well. There's a sideways behavior where we cross up through the same price level, back through the same price level to the downside, and then back up through that same price level, doing like a back and forth 3 times. And that third cross to the upside usually confirms a bullish trend in many cases. On the fifth, we have a decline that ends with a fast sudden move higher. There's both a prominent trough and a prominent peak around the fifth. Sometimes it's like 1 day off on one of those, like it'll be the fourth and the fifth or something like that. But a lot of price change covered there. And then on the eighth, there's a prominent peak and a prominent crest. A lot of price change covered around that resistance level that's important on a multi-day scale. But it looks like the peak is towards the end of the day and the trough is towards the end of the day, meaning that we probably have some sort of gap, either up or down. My sense is that it's probably to the upside. There's also a speaker towards the later part of the day there. Whatever they're speaking about should not be relied upon or trusted. We attempt to establish support on the 9th. There's a big move either overnight from the 8th into the 9th to the upside, or there's a big move higher early in the day on the 9th. But we attempt to establish support at some point. Trade opportunity on the 10th and a lot of price change cover. We may have a high, another prominent high here on the 10th. It's possible, or it might be getting thrown off a little bit. So that's kind of up for debate. But on the 10th, we have a lot of price change, a lot of volatility, and a trough at the end of the day that forms from a big move down that'll stand out on a multi-day scale. On the 11th, it looks like we open higher and at a peak, and then there's a decline through multiple support levels, taking us into a trough on the cusp of the 11th, 12th. There's an important technical price level highlighted there. It'll be important on a 1-year chart scale minimum there around the 12th. It looks like we might even see it through multiple times throughout the end of this week, but it's highlighted there on the 12th. Significant move to the downside to reach that trough early in the day on the 12th. It looks like there's a failed attempt at key resistance on the 12th and then a decline through key support, and I'm advised not to chase any decline towards the end of the day at another, maybe another trough. Big move higher on the 16th. Matter of fact, guys, if you're interested in the paid version, it's a really great way to support the channel. You get a lot of extra content that you don't get. Really, really valuable content. Like, first off, we time the highest highs and the lowest lows of the month. We talk about any price level information that we extrapolate. We talk about the best trades that we see, what trades not to make, and as far as the trades to make, what chart behavior to look for as far as entry and exit points. Then we also get into any trades that are relevant on a multi-month time frame, a multi-year time frame, and then we do the comparative performance of NVIDIA compared to the S&P 500 throughout the same time frame of January 2024. All that in the paid version, guys. Super valuable information. People are making a lot of money following these trades, and it's a really great way to support the channel. We know the names of everybody that goes ahead and subscribes to a monthly subscription because they're the core foundation of support. They're the ones providing peace of mind to the people of this channel. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. And the way that you do that is you go to our website, Tarot for Traders, our services, SO Meta Posts, and then you scroll down the monthly subscription, click here to order. And the only way that you can actually get the NVIDIA paid version is through the all paid version. The good news is that you get the paid version of all of these ticker symbols and crypto, as well as Amazon, Google, and NVIDIA when you get this 30 days access to all paid. It's the most popular subscription on our channel. I mean, we've had people that have subscribed to this for over a year since we started doing this. I mean, you don't hang on to a $250 subscription every month if it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So thanks to everybody doing that. And thanks to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Let's get back into it. So there may be more than one sharp drop in the month of January here for NVIDIA, because I've seen it a lot in a lot of the other readings, like over here around the 10th, 12th, 13th, but there's also one here on a lot of the readings between the 16th, 17th. We have a peak on the 16th. We're on the cusp of the 16th, 17th. It's a decline on the 16th that we move higher out of to a peak on the cusp of the 16th, 17th. And there's like 3 pokes through the same price level on the 17th, followed by a sharp decline to a trough there on the 17th. That decline will really stand out. Looks like the decline probably continues into the 18th, and we have prominent troughs on the 18th as well. Prominent peaks and troughs on the 19th, and a lot of erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. In the midst of that, that crest will be revisited. That's recently a past opportunity, and it looks like it's a trade opportunity this time around as well. well. I'll talk about it in more detail in the paid version, as well as the trade opportunities that are taking place here on the 16th, 17th, 18th. On the 22nd, we have a period of sideways rotation, and then that ends with a fast move higher, taking us to another prominent peak. Looks like the prominent peak is either both on the 22nd and the 23rd, or it's on the 23rd, and we have a decline from that prominent peak, increasing with momentum moving forward in time, taking us into a trough on the 24th. Prominent move higher, breaking through a resistance level on the 24th, and then we stay above that resistance briefly, and then there's a full retracement of that move back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. On the 25th, a notable move higher. This could be a gap up, it could be a move out of oversold territory or whatnot, but there's a trough early in the day. There's going to be a peak early in the day, and then we're bound by an important range on a multi-day scale there on the 26th with the trade opportunity. We see both a prominent high and a prominent low here on the 29th or around the 29th. It's probably going from the 26th into the 29th, or from the 29th into the 30th. We have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance on the 30th. That's most likely where the prominent peak is, and then a sideways fluidity on the 31st. Equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow, but it does look like we have a sharp decline off of the peak there on the 31st as well. And that's NVIDIA for January 2024. My friends, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really helps out the channel. If you have subscribed, make sure to share this with somebody you think it'll help. Most importantly, though, my friends, make sure to follow that rule of karma for the channel's good and for your own good, my friends, for the world's good. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the paid version.